Today, nutrition top 5
common gym mistakes.
So we're going to go through the top 5 mistakes we see people make in the gym which will hinder your progress.
Number 1, no training plan.
No training plan, senor.
So you never see people following a plan or even having any idea of a plan, dog on the floor. So they are just doing whatever they fancy. There's no thought process behind it, and this is obviously going to hinder your results because it's harder to progress.
Fitness is your destination, so you need your roadmap to success. If you just go into the gym and make it up as you go along, you are going to get lost on that journey. So having a plan, even if it's not a good plan, is a great idea because then you can log and see what's working, what's not working, cast aside what doesn't work, do what does work.
Number 2,
no logging.
So briefly just make the point, a second ago people don't have a plan, no one's ever kind of walking around looking at anything because they're just doing it on the hoof. They're then not, even if you don't have a plan, make sure you log what you're doing so at least you can see some progression. Even if it's sporadic, the exercises you're doing, you can still make sure you get better at them. So if you're looking to get fitter, you need to be running faster or for longer, whatever it may be. But if you don't know, then it's impossible to tell. So people go off these generic kind of whims and feelings of, well, I'm feeling a bit better.
I'm a little bit tired today, so I'm just going to do a little bit less.
And that's cool. But if you're looking to get leaner, then you need to be tracking what you're doing and seeing if it's working. If you don't log anything, you can't assess this.
3, you're focusing on the wrong things.
The main one, most people join the gym because they want fat loss. The physiques that people aspire to achieve, broadly speaking, are often in the weights room. So you have typically women looking to lose weight, to be more toned, to be more shapely, slogging their guts out on the treadmills, the cross trainers and everything else. Whereas the physiques they're actually aspiring to in the weight room. So that's kind of the most common one of these that you see.
Odds on, if you're aspiring to someone's physique, be that J-Lo, be that Beyonce, be that The Rock, these physiques are built...
Everyone from the 90s.
These physiques are built by lifting weights and maybe doing some additional cardio. They're not built on cross trainers or walking incline on treadmills or cycling.
Yeah, I guess the next point on that is isolation exercises. So you get people doing the weights, this one's typically men and women. So the guys, they want the big guns, they do loads of arm work. Now that's fine, but you're looking at small muscles that can only take a relatively small amount of volume. So you have to work, if you're looking to add muscle or to lose fat, you've got to work on those big movements, those compounds, the squats, the deadlifts, the rows, the presses, that use bigger muscles that are going to burn more energy, and you're able to then put more volume through your muscles. So volume's great for both. It'll either help you build if you put more calories in, help you burn more fat if you're restricting your calories.
Yeah, same thing with ladies. Real common one is you want to get the bingo wings a little bit tighter. Doing loads of isolation, tricep work's not necessarily going to do that. If you focus on getting stronger at pushes, so overhead presses, bench presses, bodyweight exercises, push-ups, etc., that's going to help strengthen up those triceps. Build some muscle while you're at it.
The issue there is often when people say they want to work on these areas is they're looking to lose fat from those areas. So this is where you need to focus on fat loss training. It's not, you can't just magically work your triceps and get lean triceps. It's not how it works.
Bonus tip, the best exercises for fat loss are also the best exercises for strength and muscle building. 4, poor range of movement, wrong or bad technique.
Yeah, probably a bit more for the blokes this one because they tend to be more
geared towards trying to get as strong as possible.
Ego-based as well, so trying to throw around big weights they can't actually use properly. So the issue that you have is you need to work a muscle through a full range of movement in order to break down the fibre sufficiently. You can do this from smaller ranges of movement, but the problem you then have is there's no progression, or you're only working half of the muscle or even less of its capacity, so you're not able to get kind of the maximal benefit from doing a full range of movements. You're also, because your form's sloppy, I was going to throw another word in there, you're more likely to injure yourself.
Yeah, a stretched muscle is a weaker muscle. So at the bottom of your bicep curl, when the bicep's stretched, that's when you're at your weakest point. So that is why you'll see people doing curls with their arms already bent, swinging through, kind of working lower back and a bit of shoulder. So working through that full range of motion, again, is going to work the muscles much better, much more proficiently.
Yeah, the example James did there, which I don't think anyone wants to see again, The big issue is just he's using too much momentum to move the weight, so he's not even really using a bicep because the weight's just too heavy. Number 5.
Form.
The most important one for me. You can not have a plan. You can not log. You can do the wrong things. Your technique can be slightly off.
Or you can have the best plan. You can log your workouts. You can have the correct exercises. You can have the best technique, but
intensity is everything. So, whether you've got all the things that James mentioned or you don't have them, if you put 110% effort into everything that you do, you're much, much more likely to get results. I'm not going to say guaranteed, there's going to be examples where there's not, but 9 times out of 10, if you just stuck with what you're doing and you worked as hard as you could, you get where you want to be. And I think that's the biggest thing that we see, not working, but being loads of different commercial gyms, or any gym, doesn't matter, it's a private gym, there's often people just not working hard enough.
There's going to be a handful of people that are working at a high intensity. So we used to get kind of messages from people saying, I've done 2-3 spin classes back to back. If you're doing 3 classes back to back, then odds are you didn't train hard enough or with enough intensity in the first one. If you'd have gone all out on that one, then you wouldn't have been able to do the other ones. And same thing we see with people lifting weights. The lifting weights that are comfortable, might get to about 12 reps and like, oh, this is starting to hurt a bit now, and stop. And that's where the intensity aspect comes in. You need to challenge yourself to change yourself. There are top 5 common workout mistakes. Don't do them. We'll be watching.